Academy of Art University's K-Art News is next. Coming up, a new report on who's using the most water in the state.
And plans underway for the development of Treasure Island. It'll be a whole new look and feel.
A policy change at one popular coffee chain regarding dress code and tattoos.
Plus, what it will take to own the hottest underwear in town. All that and more coming up next on K-Art News. Good evening. Thanks for joining us here at Academy of Art University's K-Art News. I'm Patrick Haley.
And I'm Zachary Pereda. Here's what we're working on this evening. New information coming out that can help with water rationing policies in this drought season that we're experiencing. A new report shows that San Francisco uses less water than the rest of the state. The data tracking was done on a per capita residential basis. It was released by the State Water Resources Control Board on Tuesday. According to the new data, statewide monthly water use in September fell 10% compared to the same month in 2013. And coastal areas are using less water than inland cities. The San Francisco Bay Area decreased water use 15% despite already having the lowest per capita consumption in the state.
HomeAway, the nation's biggest vacation home rental company, is suing the city of San Francisco. HomeAway is saying the new short-term rental policy favors hometown company Airbnb and is unfair to other competitors. HomeAway wants the permanent resident requirement tossed because most often it is a second home being rented out, not a full-time resident.
One of San Francisco's most affordable areas, Treasure Island, has announced plans for redevelopment. It includes new commercial and residential space. We go to DeAndre Galipo for the story.
Treasure Island was built around 1936 and became a naval base from 1940 to 1997. Now, Treasure Island is no longer a naval base. It is now one of San Francisco's more affordable neighborhoods, and in fact, it has the potential to bring in a lot of revenue through more commercial housing and jobs. That is now a possibility after a multi-million-dollar lawsuit brought against the Treasure Island redevelopment was overruled mid-October.
There was a CEQA challenge, a challenge to the environmental work that was done during the planning process for the island. And they filed a petition to appeal it to the California Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court denied that petition. So the Supreme Court didn't actually hear the case, but declined to take it up.
Work is going to begin on the southwest part of Treasure Island, meaning that all the Yerba Buena residents will have to move to residence in Treasure Island, much like the ones we see behind me. After that, all of the homes on Treasure Island will be demolished and reconstructed, as well as a couple roads, which can have effect on circulation.
And the islands will be developed primarily as a residential community. There will be 8,000 new homes on the two islands, 25% of which will be affordable. 3 hotels with a combined approximately 500 hotel rooms, about 500,000 square feet of commercial and retail space, much of which will be in historically reused buildings, and about 300 acres of open space.
It's something to be concerned about when you do have a family you're raising. I just live with myself and a couple other roommates, but when you're raising a family, you know, you're always concerned about the welfare of your family and what's going to be happening in the areas that you're raising them, and you want to be concerned about that, and I think it's important. So I think what they're doing is going to benefit a lot of people.
Wilson Meany and Leonard Urban are leading the redevelopment. The project will allegedly take 15 to 20 years. In San Francisco, I'm DeAndre Galipo with Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
Current Treasure Island residents do not have to worry much. The city still needs to acquire the land, which can take up to 8 years. There will also be new housing available and offered to those who have lived there since the fall of 2011.
Workers at Starbucks are now celebrating a new company policy regarding dress code and tattoos. Reporter Amanda Camaria has a story of an employee revolt and its resolution.
I have 2 tall pumpkin spice lattes with whipped cream.
Your next visit to Starbucks could be a little different than normal. The barista who has been serving you for months may now look a little different. This is because Starbucks has made a change in their dress code that has made employees very happy.
They're allowing us to show tattoos now, and I think that's an absolutely amazing thing because Starbucks is supposed to be about, kind of like representing who you are and like being a relaxed, chill area, like for you to just mingle and be yourself and stuff. So
the change was made when an employee named Christy Williams made a petition on coworker.org that asked Starbucks to revise their dress code. The petition quickly gathered more than 25,000 signatures, which Starbucks responded with a brand new dress code guideline that says employees may now show non-offensive tattoos as long as they aren't on the neck or face. After the change, many Starbucks employees went to Instagram to share their appreciation for the change. While Starbucks employees are excited about the new dress code, customers' opinions also matter.
It doesn't matter to me what the dress code would be as long as what they're making tastes good to me. And
I think it's great. I think people should be able to show their tattoos wherever they work. I like looking at them. I like seeing what they like in tattoos, and it's just everybody's expression.
Some showed positive opinions and others feel very different, as seen in some comments on news articles about the new dress code. In San Francisco, I'm Amanda Camarillo for Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
Looks like Starbucks is going to be a little more colorful.
A study is underway to study the feasibility of charging pedestrians and cyclists to cross the Golden Gate Bridge, probably the best-known icon in the area. I went to find out more and see what some people thought. Officials in California are considering a proposal that would implement tolls for pedestrians and bicyclists who cross the iconic Golden Gate Bridge. Charging money to cross the popular tourist attraction is one of more than 40 solutions that special district authorities considered Friday, in one effort to avoid a projected deficit of more than $200 million.
I don't think pedestrians should have to pay a toll because it is a public space.
About 10,000 pedestrians roll across the Golden Gate Bridge every day, according to current estimates from the district, along with 6,000 bikes, and charging them could help take care of many costs. While many San Francisco pedestrians are against the new tollway on the Golden Gate Bridge for crossing by foot, the board of directors emplaced this new tollway to get out of a 10-year, $210 million deficit.
I'm for it. I guess it's the only way that the city will get rid of its deficit, so might as well.
That doesn't mean tourists will start forking up cash tomorrow. Still to come, a district official said. Many years of study about exactly how many people use the bridge and whether both tourists and locals should be charged. In San Francisco, California, I'm Zachary Pereda with the Academy of Art University's K-Art News. The Golden Gate Bridge District Board of Directors has decided to postpone any immediate decisions and green-lighted a study to look into the possibility. If air travel is too expensive for you, this next story may be right up your alley. An anonymous airline is tinkering with the idea of economy minus seats. The opposite of economy plus, the ticket price will be less expensive than a normal coach seat due to less legroom and seats that don't decline. Questions being asked are, how much legroom are we talking, and at how much of a discounted price? This could be a major way to increase profits for airlines, as it means squeezing in more people, but could also make fares more affordable for people who don't mind the squeeze.
One transportation plan in the works will actually benefit passengers. K-Art News reporter Kiana Moody has a story of an experiment involving late-night transit.
On Thursday, October 9th, the BART Board of Directors approved a plan to partner with AC Transit to provide extra bus service between San Francisco and the East Bay on Friday and Saturday nights during the overnight hours when BART trains are not running.
If the BART and the Muni ran all night, I would be really appreciative because I stay out late sometimes and I have to figure out ways to get home, or where I'm gonna spend the night because I can't go home super late. Like the bars stop running at maybe like 12:30. So if I'm at a party and the party ends at 2 o'clock, I missed the train 2 hours ago and I have to find somewhere to stay the night, I'd much rather stay in my own bed.
I feel like if buses and everything ran 24 hours, it would be a lot less crimes going on because people would be at home safe and not out roaming the street.
The one-year pilot program could launch as early as December 2014.
The 24-hour public transportation is really convenient for the people, but what about the drivers?
I can't see a way where 24-hour transportation would be a detriment in the Bay Area. There can be nothing but pluses. You know, it would be less cars on the road, which means less gas being used, which means less drunk drivers on the road when you're coming from clubs and stuff in San Francisco after 2 o'clock in the morning.
These extra buses will provide more frequent and expanded service to those who rely on transit when BART isn't in service, said Director Rayburn.
We maintain our tracks between the hours of 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning. That's a 3-hour window to repair tracks, to repair trains, to do all the maintenance that we can to keep it moving smoothly throughout the other 21 hours of the day that we're running. So if we could figure that out, I think that would be a great thing for the Bay Area.
The experiment will begin in December for an assessment so that officials can decide if they'll want to continue.
The Panda has been offered $15.3 million to stay in San Francisco. No, I'm not talking about a real-life panda, but the San Francisco third baseman Pablo Sandoval. Pablo became a free agent this week after winning the World Series. He was a top contributor in the postseason, breaking the record for most hits in a postseason with 26. If Sandoval rejects the offer, the Giants will receive draft pick compensation. He has 7 days to either accept or deny the offer. He has said previously he will follow his heart, but no word yet on if his heart will follow the money. The Giants' World Series run means more than just fun and celebrating to people in San Francisco. Melissa Brum takes a look at the economic impact of the postseason games.
How about them Giants, baby? They are in the World Series and fans are going crazy. People from all different areas are coming from all over to cheer them on, which is having a huge impact on San Francisco. A professor at San Francisco City College shares that it not only has an effect in a money way.
It's fun and it causes a sort of social interaction between people who might not otherwise socialize, so it's good because it strengthens the community.
Even Royals fans are coming out to San Francisco from Kansas City.
We came out here to support the Royals and we've had a great time. We're baseball fans first and we're supporting our team, and we think it's had a huge positive impact on San Francisco. There's a lot of people from Kansas City that are here joining us and spending a lot of money in the city and having fun.
Not only is the Giants' success exciting fans and San Francisco natives, it's also helping local businesses and bars.
A bouncer at a local bar, Aces, spoke on his opinion of the effects of the Giants winning.
We got a lot of Giant fans inside, and they're our regular people, and so we've met a lot of great people from out of town. We got Kansas City people in here, and we're having a good time. It's great for the whole neighborhood. It's great for the market. Everybody's in good spirits, and Giants win that World Series.
Let's go Giants!
In San Francisco, I'm Melissa Brum for Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
If you didn't get thrown a pair of Mad Bum underwear at the Giants parade, you can still pay for a pair online, but it's going to cost you a hefty price. Jockey Underwear recently made 2,000 pairs of underwear in honor of San Francisco Giants superstar pitcher Madison Bumgarner. The underwear was thrown out to dedicated fans who attended the championship parade. The MVP's limited edition underwear are going on eBay for $400, a pair with the phrase Mad Bum wrote across the backside. Jockey has done similar ad campaigns in the past with celebrities such as Babe Ruth and Buzz Aldrin. And in case you missed Madison Bumgarner on Jimmy Fallon earlier this week, we have a clip of him giving Jimmy a special gift. Jimmy's reaction to the gift was priceless. Check it out.
So, you brought me a gift. This is very thoughtful.
I did. You know, I was excited to bring it to you. It's a normal thing for a guy to give another guy on national TV.
We've never met?
Absolutely, yeah.
What is it?
Perfect. I got some underwear here for you. The Madman underwear.
Pair of underwear?
Yeah.
This is fantastic. I mean, this is... I never thought this would ever happen.
Now, many people would be a big enough fan to buy an athlete's underwear, but that not the only thing people are willing to purchase. An obsession as sweep through America, and it's collecting sneakers. And it's not just any kind of shoes, from retro Air Jordans to current-day LeBron James shoes. Our reporter Alexis Moore has more on the story.
Basketball and other fashionable shoes, also known as sneakers, have always been a cornerstone of style. Whether for trends, obsession, or learning from older siblings, sneaker collecting has become more than just a hobby. It's one Will Overton seems to be very familiar with.
I've just always been a big fan of shoes. I just love having options when I wake up in the morning. What shoes I'm gonna wear in my outfit, it's just a good feeling. I probably got around 20 pairs, something like that.
These shoe collectors, nicknamed sneakerheads, obsess over the details of authenticity and rarity. And it's easy to see with crazy and colorful designs like this, while this habit is slowly starting to turn to religion.
Now, I'm going to explain to you why these are my favorite pair of Jordans. These are called the Grape 5s. These are my favorite pair of J's because first time I ever saw them, I was watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will had them on, and I thought they were just the flyest pair of shoes I ever saw, even at a young age. I've had these over a year and still haven't worn them. I don't even know if I'll ever wear them. I might just keep them concealed because they're just so beautiful.
Proud sneakerhead and chic shoe store employee Alex Carmen relates to both sides of this lifestyle as a consumer and supplier.
I work at Chic Shoes, and I've noticed that the sneaker culture it's really became stronger over the past few years compared to when I was younger. I mean, people really be going all out to buy shoes. I've heard people pay almost $2,000 for a pair of sneakers.
Sneaker pricing is one of the biggest deterrents for the average shoe buyer. According to Nike.com, Jordan releases are a minimum of $160. Nike Foamposites are even more expensive, running at $250 per pair. The high price is due to the shoe's brand name and rarity or availability.
I mean, the shoe game is serious. Guys don't take this lightly because they feel that they want to be the ones who can show off that they have this. It's meaningful when you could say you have something that is coveted by a lot of other people.
Nike Town San Francisco employee Taylor Erickson deals with passionate shoe collectors on a daily basis.
I've gotten to know some of my customers actually. Like, they come in on a daily basis checking for new shoes and asking me for discounts, and everything get crazy. People line up in the rain like for a week when they know a new shoe release is going to come out.
Sneakerheads pay for more than just the sneakers. They're paying for the experience, rarity, or any historical value as well. When you add these together, it's a little easier to understand the inflated price and established culture. So if you have the money and are willing to battle the environment and the occasional fellow shopper in line, then maybe it's time you embrace the sneakerhead lifestyle into your soul. In San Francisco, I'm Alexis Moore for Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
Signature basketball shoes was a trend set by Jordan and is still continued today.
A weed known as the Japanese dodder plant is threatening oak trees in the East Bay. The large plant actually comes from Southeast Asia and is classified as a noxious weed by agriculture officials. About a dozen oak trees in Oakland have become infected so far. Alameda County is looking for 50,000 to begin removing infected trees and bushes. According to the Alameda Contra Costa Weed Management, wiping out the dodor involves removing the entire host plant for all infested portions of the plant.
There's an ongoing rescue effort to free dogs being used for scientific and medical research. CBS 5 reports that in the Bay Area, there are 4 companies that conduct experiments on dogs, and the breed of dog being used is beagles. An organization called the Beagle Freedom Project is dedicated to saving them from laboratories and has rescued more than 300 dogs across the country. Currently, more rescues are underway as well as rehoming efforts. If you love dogs, then you might want to listen in to this. New research has been developed, stating that the connection between humans and dogs is more than just emotional. Ricardo Ayar brings you more on this story.
Researchers recently revealed the discovery of what they call a love hormone in dogs, which both human and dogs produce when interacting with each other.
I think it just shows that dogs really do love their owners.
The hormone is called oxytocin, and it is the same hormone that is released when new mothers and their babies are bonding.
Although the scientific community is barely finding out about the bond between human and dog, I came down to the Peninsula Humane Society to talk to some people who have had a part in forming some new bonds for other families and witness bonds of their own here at the SPCA shelter.
I spoke to Scott DeLucci, a 19-year employee of the Peninsula Humane Society.
You know, we hear a lot from adopters, and we get email messages, we have phone calls, we get nice letters, cards, and photos. And what we hear time and time again is just how much people bond with their animals.
Those messages and updates are some of the highlights of the job for the workers at the shelter.
And that's what, I mean, that just makes our day. When we hear from adopters, again, it could be a senior citizen who says, you know, this little dog gives me a reason to wake up in the morning. You know, it gives me something to focus on other than myself. It gets me out and about.
The lucky folks who get to take a dog to a good home aren't the only ones who form strong bonds with the shelter dogs.
When that dog sees the volunteer who takes him out for a walk every day, it's like they notice. Yeah, you could just see there is a bond, and it doesn't take that long for that bond to develop.
In Burlingame, Ricardo Ayar for the Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
If you have a love for dogs and would like to give one a happy home, contact the Humane Society today.
There is a student at Academy of Art University whose father is a world-famous composer. Here's Kiyomi Matsuda with more.
I'm here with Max Bublio. He's a sound major here at Academy of Art University. So Max, your father is one of the composers of Les Miserables, the musical, not the movie, right?
Yeah.
Has he influenced you in any way for your music?
I mean, my dad has always been around supporting me through everything that I've done since I was a kid. So, in a way, yeah, he has definitely influenced me music-wise, because even though we're in different genres, I still want to pursue composing. I still want to write, and I maybe could continue singing, and yeah, see where that goes.
Would you ever want to follow in your father's footsteps at all with writing and composing musicals?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, it's something that's really, I'm very passionate about, something that even my mom, her as a singer has always been here, and it's something that, I don't know, I've been very fond of.
If musicals doesn't really pan out to what you want to be, want to do, are there other options that you do want to do, like compose for rappers or?
No, I mean, yeah, I could, and I'm sure that I would try if that was the case, that if unfortunately it doesn't pan out well, but I would rather just continue my own stuff on the down low, then help rappers and all that, then writing music for other people.
So you rather be like for yourself
Yeah,
and like
definitely.
So would you rather have like your own music production company one day, or would you rather go for like a big music company in like LA or?
I would love to be my own boss, but I would mainly pursue writing. So the thing is that I would, if I had to work for a company, it'd be only in that category. I would definitely just write songs, write anything. That's it.
Well, thank you, Max, for having this interview with me.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kiyomi and Max. And now over to Summer Moore, who is giving us the scoop on this week's top stories in entertainment.
Thanks, Patrick, and welcome everyone out there to this week's Entertainment Buzz. Let's start with Miss Taylor Swift. We all know about her famous breakups with Hollywood hunks, but now she's breaking up with Spotify. Swift and her record label forced the music streaming app to remove her music because she feels like it reduced the amount of her record sales and even compared it to piracy. Here's the kicker. Her song Shake It Off from her new album 1989 was Spotify's most played track when Swift pulled it from the app. Spotify has launched a social media campaign asking Swift to change her mind by using the hashtag #JustSayYes, which is a quote from 2008 hit song Love Story. We all know that. Well played, Spotify, well played. Well, sad news in the heavy metal community this week. Fans mourn the loss of Static X frontman and founder Wayne Static. Wayne, whose real name was Wayne Richard Wells, had a past of drug and alcohol abuse. However, his publicist released a statement saying that Wayne's death was not a drug-related incident or an overdose. His death was announced to the public through the band's Facebook account, shocking fans in the metal community. Many famous rockers such as Ozzy Osbourne, Billy Corgan, Rob Zombie, and Marilyn Manson sent out their condolences through social media. Wayne was only 48 years old and was married to former porn star Tara Ray. We here at KART News wish his family the best as they cope with the loss of a very talented man. Well, funny gal Chelsea Handler is firing back at Instagram after they removed a photo of her topless riding a horse. The picture was taken in the style of, the picture was taken in the style of a photo of Russian President Vladimir Putin with the caption, "Anything a man can do, a woman has the right to do better. #Kremlin." Instagram removed the photo, stating that it was in violation of the company's standards, claiming the photo contained nudity. Handler immediately fired back, asking if a man posts a photo of his nipples, it's okay, but not a woman. Are we in 1825? Love it. Instagram did not reply to Chelsea's comment. However, Chelsea released another statement saying, "You can now find my dogs and my breasts on Twitter, only where followers have the right to choose what they want. Bye-bye, Instablock." She cracks me up. I just love her. Well, that wraps up this week in entertainment. Have a great weekend, everyone, and back to you.
Thanks so much, Summer. And that is it for this edition of KART News. From everyone here, thanks for joining us. I'm Sakri Pereda.
And I'm Patrick Haley. Have a great evening and a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.